Hey, thanks for tuning in and watching this video. This is going to be a quick 10 or so items that I would recommend you to get someone as a gift. Stuff that I use, and I use in my family, and items that I have used for a long time and I also carry with me consistently or use consistently. And I think that, 2024, 2025, these items are going to be some of the best that you can get as gifts. Or give as gifts that would be used and or experiences. So laid out on my table here, you'll see a handful of items that I use consistently, different price points, different use cases. I'm going to give you a gist of why I use it, and then you can, click on the link below. They are affiliate links in Amazon, so I do appreciate if you, click through, take a look at what I'm showing you. But then if you do purchase something, I do get a little bit of something to keep doing these videos for you if you, do it within a certain amount of time from clicking that link. So I do appreciate that. Also, like and subscribe if you like this video. I really enjoy making them. And so this is why I recommend these items to you. And why I use them, really. Not why I recommend them, but why I use them consistently. So let's start by clearing off this table and starting with one at a time. So let's pick the item first. I think I'll go from maybe least expensive to most expensive. So let's do this. I'll fast forward through this. All right, so I'm back. So my first item is going to be these products. These are called Olights. The brand's Olight, but really they're just flashlights. I choose this. This is the one I normally carry around. It's kind of large for the normal person. It's brass or copper. It's copper. So this is like a fancier version. This one's really bright, can showing on me. I think that's like the normal brightness. There's extra bright. There's low light. Off. So this is the one that I usually like throw in my bag and always have with me. It has a cool little magnet charger that goes on a USB. I have that right here. So you plug this into any standard USB outlet, and then it magnetically tags to the back of the light and charges it. I actually really like Olight. This brand specifically I recommend buying. They always work great. This one is probably quite expensive. It's, I don't know, maybe $100 or more, $150. I'll tag the company in the Amazon links below and you can scroll through their lights. This is one that I would probably recommend, and why I'm showing you two first. I think this is like $20 or less, or $25 or less. What's nice is you can open it up, and right here on the side is a charging port, so you can just plug a charger into it and it can charge. It's nice to have on a keychain, and it's quite bright. It's all you really need when you need just a light. If you're not going to use your phone, I tend to prefer flashlights over using my phone constantly. I find them to be much more effective. There's a smaller version of this one with a pen clip or a pocket clip. That's the one I tend to use also. Leave it in your pocket, and then when you're going to do an adventure or you're doing daily carry, it's nice. But in reality, this is the one that I always have with me. I always have it on the end of my keychain, and it takes a beating, and you can see that it has been well used. So I highly recommend this. It's something that I think if you get someone, they'll appreciate it, and they won't not use it. It won't just get thrown in a drawer. Most likely this little one will go in a keychain or go in a pocket. Might get lost, but they'll definitely use it and they'll definitely appreciate it. So this is the first item I'd recommend. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's go with this. All right, so this is not specifically a tool for everybody, but it's super handy to have for most men. So this is a laser measure. This is something that you can buy online or at Home Depot or Lowe's. There's a ton of brands. You know, I choose this one, this bright orange one, because it's easy to find. I find it easy to find, so I don't know why it's not focusing there. There you go. It's easy to find in my pocket or my bag, and it's super handy. You turn it on, and then a laser comes out, and you can measure items. You can measure the length of things. So like I'm shooting here at a wall, you press it, and it tells me how long it is. So that's, you know, 5 feet away from that wall, 4 feet 7 inches away from that wall. And it saves a few recordings. You know, I also have a Bosch version that I really like. And then the nicer versions, not that I recommend these specifically, unless you really think it's a great item, they have a camera on it so that when it's bright out or you're shooting it farther, you can like see the image and it can help you, you know, find the target you're trying to hit. You know, let me move in on these two things too. So these are great flashlights. Sorry to bounce around here, but okay. Flashlights, laser measures. So this is like your tape measure, but your modern tape measure. And I think that, you know, everybody should have one of these. You know, it's super handy and I always use it. And I always keep it with me in my work bag. So this one's the Klein version of tools, is a common thing that guys see. So, you know, this one might be a great option. It's fairly cheap. You know, I'll link this below, and you can, you know, scroll through laser measuring tools and decide which one's the best for your budget and for your, you know, person getting your gift or the person getting your gift, and you can make a decision. But laser measure, number 2. All right, let's go into a mouse. So this seems like a weird gift for someone, but it's not. If you use a computer and you're using, you know, a desktop or whatever, I recommend getting this Logitech brand mouse. This one's like the small series. What makes it really nice is these scroll tabs. You can't really hear it, but you can do like this, and then it's free spins, so you can scroll up and down really quickly. And then you press the button again and it clicks, so you still have some tactile response, but then you can always spin it. Like here, I'll put it next to my mic. Did you hear that? I guess you can't really hear it, but it's actually really nice to use. It's fun to use. They're really accurate. They can Bluetooth between computers, so you can have it for many things. They have these buttons on the sides that you can map to different tasks. You know, this is the one that I tend to use. There's also another version that I have in front of my main desktop computer that has a side scroll, so you can scroll left and right fairly easily. But I would recommend this mouse brand. This is the MX Anywhere 3S. You know, it's a great mouse. You know, I recommend if you're just looking for something, this is great. This is something that's, you know, if you use a computer, you'll use this all the time. All right, let's go into something that I use, that I've always used over and over. So this is the water bottle that I tend to choose. So this is a Yeti. I think it's a 18-ounce water container, water glass. The one thing that I definitely recommend about these, or this one, is the stainless steel. You know, I've had many of the ones with different colors, and stainless steel is the only one I would ever buy anymore. They get so beat up and ugly that it's really worthless. This is the first one I've had. It's probably, you know, 5 years old or older, and it has a few dents, but it doesn't show like incredible wear like the ones that are colored that just chip off all the coatings, chip off of all the different fancy brands you get. You know, for a guy, you know, if you're just gonna go with something just classy, silver is the way to go. Just stainless steel, no color, no, you know, crazy emblems or logos or designs. Also, what I would recommend is buying this additional cap for it. This is a, an aftermarket cap you buy. It comes off and it magnetizes to the side. This is the one that I always replace mine with. I know it's an additional $25 or so to get this, but I highly recommend it. I think that it makes all the difference. I'm not a big drinking out of straw person. I'm also not a big one where you like screw the whole top of the container off. I much prefer, a stainless steel container with a magnet, and that's it. That makes my life a lot easier. And, consistently you drop it and whatever, it looks new. It still looks new. This is 5 years old. It's probably been all over the place with me. It's been dropped multiple times. I choose this smaller version because it fits in your standard cup holder in a car. That's why I have it. These are the reasons I have it. So I highly recommend the standard silver Yeti or any probably standard silver or stainless steel, uncolored, unlogoed drinking containers. All right, let's go with the next one. Let's go with wallets. So, these are some of the wallets that I've had. I tend to stick with these ones that are maybe more not traditional, the thinner style, the more modern ones nowadays. This is the one that I'm currently using, and I do like it. I like the leather. This is a brand Distil, D-I-S-T-I-L. I like how it's magnetic, and then it has a money clip in it. I do carry some cash. I don't carry a ton of cash, but when I do have cash, I like a place to put it, and I like to have it like a money clip style. Something that actually holds the cash, not so much, just has it like these ones where it's like you throw cash behind one of these bands. This is a Dango wallet. I'm a big fan of Dango. I've carried these for a long time. A guy needs a wallet to be replaced every so often. These are nice because you can put cards in behind this metal plate, and then there's a money clip that's this band, and then this side you have some like consistent cards. So like your wallet or, your ID and your main credit cards might go in the front, and then the balance of your stuff gets put here for storage. And then anything, that you grab during the day, like, I used to like grab a business card and throw it in behind this clip, or like stuff them in there. And then this would be like my ID, so I could grab it and, give it to someone quickly. I'm a big fan of this Distil though. It's the one I'm currently using. It has like 2 spots, one on each side for your like main cards. And then it has this money clip in the middle. This is a great gift for a guy. I don't know how readily available these are, during the season. And then on the sides, they have openings on both sides that have a pull tab that pull your cards up. The one thing is, to be honest with you, they're different colors, so you can like remember what you have on each side. There's a magnet in it. I tend not to pull these tabs up to get my cards out. I really just reach in and grab them. I think that's just as easy for me, but to each their own, so I'm sure there's a place for that. So this is Distil, this is Dango. There's also Ridge Wallet. Once you get into Amazon, I would probably recommend you look at, the bottom where it says similar items. There'll probably be a ton of different price points, a ton of brands that are like the original brands, and then, companies that are making cheaper versions. This one's neat. I originally bought this to take notes because it has a notepad in it and a pen. So like I always thought, oh, if I'm somewhere and I need a pen, it has it in the wallet on this pull tab. You just pull this out and your pen comes out, and then you have your paper to take notes. So I don't know, what the use would be for the person you're buying it, but for me it was really handy because I could, be like, I'm a real estate investor, so at a property, and I could like take notes like, oh, I need to fix this, or I need to call this person, or I meet someone, I like write their name down quick. You can always use your phone to do that, but I find that paper and pen, in the day-to-day life is super useful. So it was nice to have this. The only thing about this wallet, it's a little big, so I only would use it sparingly. Now I use it for a business card holder, and a pen and a paper. So I throw this in my work bag, and if I need a business card, I'll pull it out. And if I need to write a quick note, I have it, you know, wallet. Hey, here's my business card. Oh, what's your name? You know, write it down. What about your email, phone number, etc. So that's where this one comes in handy for me. This was my go-to, the original Dango metal. It's thinner. And then now I switched to this Distill product, which I find, you know, so far I love it. It's great. So I can't complain. Dango does make one that I used to use all the time where one side of the wallet came off. And, you know, I'll tag that one. I'll put that in a link below. That one I was really a fan of because I could have my ID and my driver's license and a credit card in it, and then if my wife needed a card, I could just slide that side of my wallet off and hand it to her, and she could put it in her pocket, and it was really thin. That one has a very useful use case to it for me, and that's why I used to carry it. And I only stopped carrying it because, you know, this kind of premium wallet with leathers and things, it wears out, and you have to replace it every so often. But it's totally worth carrying them because they're really nice. Okay, next one. A good set of Earpods. So, you know, I would recommend Apple if you're an Apple person. You know, I tended to buy these Jabra. They're a little bit cheaper. They're super nice. They work well. I can't complain. I use them to go to the gym. You know, I always have a set of them in my car. The reason I have these was for a while I tried to not have Apple everything, but I've recently started switching to the Apple ecosystem because it just works better together. So, you know, it lends itself to my current use case. But the nice thing about these, I still use them a lot because I can leave a pair of these less expensive earbuds, you know, in different places, like one in my car if they're going to the gym, you know, whatever it might be. So, you know, they're all really, really capable these days. So these are nice. They make a water resistant version or water resistant pair, let's say, that I would probably recommend now for an active earbud, like running or whatever you might be doing. Okay, let's move on to some maybe more expensive items, but, you know, I would say that these are really neat things to have or to try. So, you know, this doesn't always need to be expensive. This one's kind of pricey. This is the Anker portable charger. So you charge this up, and then you can put it in your car, or you can put it, you know, in a bag. It's quite large. This is the largest one that you can take through the airport and onto an airplane. I think it's not the cheapest one, and I'll tag it below, but like you can buy a dock, and you can, you know, put a dock on your desk or at your bedside, and you can put it onto it, and then it will charge it when it's sitting. I don't do that. I usually just plug it in, but, you know, wherever I go with my family, if I need to charge, you know, if I had to charge my phone, my wife's phone, my kid's tablet, my tablet, a computer, you know, this could, you know, fill up most of our batteries and have most of the devices like fully charged just off it. So that's why I go with it. It shows you a power usage. It has high output, you know, so it can charge your stuff fairly quickly. Or with modern devices, they can charge up fairly fast. So if you buy one of these, you know, I'm under the mindset you might as well buy one that charges your devices at a reasonable rate, because the last thing you want to do is have to carry this around in your pocket as well as your device, because that kind of defeats the purpose of having a, you know, a lightweight device or a wireless charger. Like, if I have a phone that's about to die, I like to plug it into this, get like 30, 40, 50% charge, unplug it, and, you know, go on my way. So having a fast charger is pretty critical. This Anker company is great. They have a ton of really good products. All right, let's move on to watches. So I would say that, you know, if you're an Apple person, I recommend getting, you know, an Apple Watch for your spouse or for your boyfriend or for whoever you're getting this gift for, your son, your, you know, son-in-law, whatever it might be, whatever you're watching this video for. You know, I have an Apple Watch that I wear. You know, I originally wasn't a huge fan of them, but I've been wearing them a lot more lately. And I definitely think that they are something that if you're looking for a gift, you know, they have a lot of different price points, or a handful of different price points. They're not cheap, but you can buy one that's like, you know, reasonable, buy a used one. You know, I want to say this one that I have here, you know, is an older version, and if you buy it used or refurbished, it's like less than $100 or $100. So it's still fairly user friendly. It still is fairly capable. You know, the modern ones I think range between like $200 and $1,000, but I'm sure you can buy refurbished models. You know, I also recommend for any of these items that are, you know, fairly expensive that I'm leading into, like these Anchor chargers. You know, when you buy a gift for a guy, buying something like this, like, hey, buy him an Apple Watch, it's $250, like that's an amazing gift. And if he doesn't like it, or he doesn't find it useful, like within a certain amount of time, you know, if you buy it from a reputable store like Amazon, or, you know, I prefer Amazon out of convenience of returning things, but what I want to say is that if they don't like it, they can just return it and you can get your money back and they can spend it a different way, or you can buy a different item that they might want. But getting them a good gift just to show you were really thinking about them or care, even if it's returned, it's still like the thought that matters. So let's go into the next one. So this is an interesting one. This is the new Ray-Ban product made by Meta. So these have the AI and the cameras in them. You know, I bought these recently, and I think that, like, for just a cool gift to get someone, like most people, humans, you know, tend to wear sunglasses. You know, these look like standard sunglasses, except for, you know, if you want to capture something, you know, you can. I think the real really neat part of it is not like the artificial intelligence and the connection to your app and, you know, everything else. Like the camera, this case charges your glasses, but the speakers to listen to music, you know, while you're doing anything, while you're wearing sunglasses, even like driving in the car, sometimes it's nice to have everything connected to this, not to your car speakers. So sorry, I just started talking to me, but like, you know, it's super nice. Like you can like, I can hold this. Now I'm recording, you know, what I'm doing. Like here's a video, like I'm looking at these glasses case. You'd open up, like, oh look, you can charge it. The light comes on, you have a charging point, it binds with the back. The case is like, I don't know if it's real leather, but it feels like real leather. You know, the quality's fairly good. I'm not sure about the audio, but we'll find that out. I'm going to put this video of me recording this like in the corner of this so you can see the quality. It's nice. You know, one click takes a photo. Holding it down records. You can also say like, hey Meta, record, and it will record for you. So it's really neat. These are neat. You know, I don't know if they're for everybody, but I'll tell you one thing. If you buy these for someone and they don't like them, it's really cool to play with them for a while. And if you return them because they just aren't for you or whatever the use case might be, you know, it's definitely a cool gift. And, you know, I'm sure they'll find some use out of them. You know, they're like $300, so they're quite expensive. But compared to a normal set of Ray-Bans, maybe twice the price, and you get, you know, I would say more than twice just a regular pair of sunglasses. You know, I'm also going to drop below a link to the glasses that I tend to just have everywhere. You know, like 3 for $20 sunglasses that look like Ray-Bans that I buy on Amazon myself. And I might have 15 pairs of them and they just get thrown everywhere. And, you know, and when I need one, there's usually 1 or 2 pair laying around me. You know, they always get damaged. They never last very long, but I never have to worry about them being broken or lost. So I'll tag those below too. And then let's go on to the last item here that I'm going to be talking about in this video. And thanks for sticking with it if you got this far. My next item is one of these. It's a DJI drone or helicopter. I know that not everybody, you know, is into drones or flying remote control stuff, but, you know, I would say that if you're going to buy something that's just like you're looking for a present for someone that has everything, you know, if they don't have one of these mini drones or a drone in general, I don't know what your price point is. You know, this one might be a few $100s, like $500 or less, depending on the package you buy. You can buy like a Fly More where you get batteries and everything. Like if you're willing to spend a little bit of money and you have a person that has everything, these drones or these DJI helicopters that have cameras and you can, you know, hook them up to a controller with a screen, these are super fun and super neat. And like, I'm not going to say super useful for everybody, but I would say for me, you know, I have a small child, a little boy. He loves flying these. I love flying them. Just, it's not about like the pictures and the photos. Like, yeah, it can do that and you can take photos of your family and go on trips and do all kinds of cool, you know, photography that you wouldn't normally do for yourself. And it's really user friendly and it's really easy to fly these, but just flying them is super fun. You know, hooking up to the video and just, you know, going for a little flight, you know, you're allowed to do it in most places. It's super fun. They fly for a pretty long time. You know, this is the DJI Mini Pro, 4 Pro maybe. It's not the current generation, it's the last generation. And I got something called the Fly More package. So it comes with this little carrying case. You know, I didn't pay anything extra for this stuff. I mean, I didn't buy anything extra for this case I'm about to show you. You get this controller that has a screen on it. You know, it turns on. Let me hear. The thing about these is you have to press it once and then hold it, and then it'll turn on. So this has a screen, and you know, it will show what the helicopter sees in the screen. You can press a button, it will come back to you if you're flying. You press a button, it takes off. You know, I recommend you learning to fly this in an open field or something. But you know, in general, these things are super neat. And like, if you're, you know, this is probably in this brand, this like DJI lineup, this is like a middle of the line type of drone, or a, you know, middle to high, but there's like, you know, there's a bunch that are like thousands of dollars. You know, I would recommend, depending on your price point, make sure you get one that has a controller, because having a controller is with a screen is like fun. You don't need to have one. You can fly one without that. But if you're just getting it to like have as a toy, fly around, experience stuff, but then end up maybe like using it to take photography of your family or videos of your family or yourself at cool places, like having the screen definitely has a huge benefit. It makes the experience way better, at least for me. And then getting one that has, you know, multiple batteries, not totally necessary. You know, I'd be surprised if you really go through them, but if you really get into flying, it's nice to have extra batteries. So I recommend the Fly More package, this one that I have here, which includes a helicopter, some extra batteries, and a controller. But if you find that to be too expensive, just getting a helicopter and a controller is great. You also can get a helicopter without a controller with a screen, also cool. It's just not as easy. You have to you attach your phone to it, you get a call. It's kind of weird, but it's also like totally usable. It's like what they used to be like. This is just more recent design that gives you these really high-end screens, you know, that it's hard to see it. It's kind of washed out on this camera because it's so bright, but you know, I definitely recommend buying this. This seems like a crazy gift for someone, but if you are looking for a cool present, man, this is something neat. And when they unbox it, they'll have no idea. You know, you have no idea how excited they're going to be and how much you and everyone around you will enjoy it. I also find that when you have this, you tend to show it to people all the time. Like once you first get it, you know, your family comes over, your friends come over, you're like, check this thing out. You know, you let anyone fly it. My like 3-year-old, I can give him this controller, put it in the air, put it in like a slow mode, like cinema mode they call it, where it can't travel very fast, and he can like mess around with it. And if something, you know, if he's getting too far away, I can take it away from him or pause it or make it come back or make it land, whatever I need to do. So thanks for watching my gift guide. You know, here's a handful of ideas for you. You know, I actively use all of this stuff. This isn't just, you know, random stuff I'm telling you to buy and to click on my links to make money. You know, I probably make almost nothing if you do use my affiliation link, but, you know, I do appreciate it. Anything is helpful. and it keeps me making videos. So, you know, please comment below, you know, give me a thumbs up, a like. I know this video was kind of long, and I will make some shorts out of it for each item. But, you know, thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. And hopefully my experiences and my why helps you make decisions and find presents for your family during the holidays or anytime. Thank you again.